Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? I hope you are doing very well and enjoying your video lessons. Okay, in this video lesson, we are going to learn something about modal auxiliaries. Now, what are modal auxiliaries or modal verbs? Modal verbs or modal auxiliary is is a type of verb which expresses or which indicates likelihood, ability, permission, request, suggestions, orders, obligations, or even advice. And the modal verbs, they are always accompanied by the base infinitive form of another verb having semantic content. The most common modal verbs in English are the ones I have written down for you over here: shall, will, can, could, may, might, would, should, must, ought, dare, need. There are also have to and had to. Now, students, this is the first of the series of video lessons in which we will be discussing these modal auxiliaries. तो मॉडल वर्ब्स और मॉडल ऑक्सिलरीज या मॉडल हेल्पिंग वर्ब्स जो हैं वो क्या होते हैं, वो मूड इंडिकेट करते हैं, वो इंडिकेट करते हैं मोडालिटी जिसको हम कहते हैं कि लाइकलीहुड किसी चीज़ के वकूफ़ पज़ीर होने के या किसी चीज़ की प्रोबेबिलिटी को, किसी की एबिलिटी को, सलाहियत को, ताकत को, परमिशन को, इजाज़त को, कोई रिक्वेस्ट की जा रही है, दरख्वास्त की जाती है, कैपेसिटी, सजेशन, ठीक है ना, ये ऑब्लिगेशंस हैं, जो ऑर्डर्स हैं, उनके लिए ये इस्तेमाल होते हैं और ये इस्तेमाल होते हैं वर्ब की बेस फॉर्म के साथ, ठीक है ना। और इसके इन्फिनेटिव जो आपने पढ़ी होगी अभी तक आप पढ़ चुके हैं इन्फिनेटिव के साथ, और इंग्लिश में बहुत सारे हैं। ये 12 मैंने यहाँ पे आपके लिए लिखे हैं बिकॉज इनके ऊपर हम फोकस करेंगे इन वीडियो लेसन्स में। आज जो हम करने जा रहे हैं वो है शैल एंड विल। बट बिफोर वी स्टार्ट our discussion of the usage of shall and will, I must tell you students that these auxiliary verbs, these modal auxiliary verbs are really very important to learn. You must develop a better understanding of these auxiliary verbs so that when you would be writing your essays, your reports, or applications, or even letters, or when you would be reading comprehension passages or are writing answers to the questions, or when you would be correcting errors in the given sentences, believe me, these are going to be really, really, very helpful to you. Because see, how could you differentiate between the word I would be there, I could be there? Between these two sentences, how could you differentiate? I could be there, I would be there. You should do it, you ought to do it. Okay? He may be sick, he might be sick. I could do it, I can do it, I will do it, I shall do it. What's the difference? क्या difference है इनमें? And that is exactly what we are going to learn in these video lectures. So this is the first of its series. We are covering shall and will. After watching this video lesson, you will be able to use this shall and will correctly. Now, first of all, will and shall, where are they used? They are, as I have told you, these are modal auxiliaries. So the first usage, now it is through the usage of these modal auxiliaries, it is through the context, it is through the background in which a model auxiliary is used, it is the environment in which a model auxiliary is used that we grasp its meaning. ठीक है ना? So वो context क्या है, वो background क्या है जिसमें model auxiliary use हुआ है, वो environment क्या है, वो sentence क्या है, उस sentence का subject या उसका predicate क्या है, उसका object क्या है, उससे you understand कि model auxiliary का meaning क्या है. So it is, and also the intention of the speaker, intention of the writer, what the writer, what the reader, what the speaker wants to say. Okay, now will, students, will is a very important and a very basic form of helping verb which is used to express the future. Okay, and it is very easy, the structure of will is very easy because it's same for all subjects. You don't need to change anything about the verb. I will write, he will write, they will write, she will write. Okay, so it is the most basic form of auxiliary verb which is used to express future. Now here it is worth mentioning that shall used to be used as another word as an alternate to will. It used to be used with I and we with the first person pronoun in the past, whereas will was restricted to the second and third person pronoun. But as you know, language is a living entity. It changes over time. It evolves, and same happened with English. Now in English, instead of shall, will performs the function, all the functions. Okay? However, even then, there are certain places where we use shall, especially in British English, the English which is spoken in Britain. So, especially in British English, there are still some usage of shall. Okay, and what are they? We will learn in this video. However, the most important one is to form question with I and we. Still, shall is used, but only in interrogative sentences where the modal auxiliary shall is used to form questions with I and we. For example, shall I go? Shall we go? ठीक है ना? Though if you say will I go, will I write, it is still correct. But in British English, it is still used with shall. In all other type of sentences, affirmative and negative sentences, what we use, we prefer will. Even in British English, it is will which is preferred. Okay, understood? समझ रहे हैं आप कि हम फ्यूचर के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं विल को. फ्यूचर जब हमने बात करनी हो क्या, ठीक है ना, कि मैं लिखूंगा, वो लिखेगा, वो लिखेंगे, ठीक है. लेकिन शेल जो है पास्ट में यूज होता था. अलबत्ता आज भी मॉडर्न इंग्लिश में, स्पेशली ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश में ये इस्तेमाल होता है इंटरोगेटिव सेंटेंसेस जब हमने बनाने होते हैं ऑक्सिलरी को यूज करते हुए. जैसे कि शैल आई राइट, शैल आई गो, शैल वी स्टार्ट डिनर. ठीक है, तो ऐसे जब हमने क्वेश्चंस बनाने हैं वहां पे हम शैल यूज करते हैं. अदरवाइज विल जो है वो स्टिल प्रेफर किया जाता है इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अफर्मेटिव एंड नेगेटिव सेंटेंसेस. आई विल राइट अ लेटर, आई विल नॉट राइट अ लेटर. ओके, I will write a letter, affirmative. Yes, I will write a letter. No, I will not write a letter. Negative sentence. Got it? Now moving on to the usage of will. Now the very first use of will is to describe the future. We have already done it on the previous slide. Now we will be at the hotel until 8 p.m. ठीक है, मैं 8 बजे तक होटल में होगा. ठीक है, it's the description of the future. Similarly, the trains will be late today because of the bad weather. बुरे मौसम की वजह से, खराब मौसम की वजह से trains आज late होंगी. ठीक है, it's description of the future. It is to express the future. How long will you stay in Hong Kong? Now here it is the question word how long, that has been used. So कितना अर्सा आप Hong Kong में रहेंगे? He will send us the report when he has all the data. When will he send the report? He will send the report when he has all the data. Now see, this is the abbreviation of will. You know, you have learned these abbreviations in first year in metric. This, comma, and 2L, these are this is the abbreviative of will. He'll send us the report when he has all the data. Will be at the hotel until 8 p.m. ठीक है, so ऐसे सिचुएशन, ऐसे सेंटेंसेस में हम यूज करेंगे will. Then और कहाँ यूज करेंगे हम will? To make a prediction, to forecast, to tell what's going to happen in the future. ठीक है, पेशेंट गोई करने के लिए. For example, the world population will grow a lot in the next 50 years. दुनिया की आबादी अगले 50 सालों में बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी. Now it's a future. This sentence is predicting future. It is predicting the population of the future. Okay, here's the prediction. That what will happen to the population of the world in the next 50 years. So, what will happen to the population of the world in the next 50 years? It will grow a lot. Now, this is the prediction about the world population. About the world population. This is the prediction about the world population. What will happen to the population of the world in the next 50 years? अगले 50 सालों में दुनिया की आबादी को क्या होने जा रहा है? दुनिया की आबादी जो है वो 50 सालों में बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी. Now this the world population जो है ये क्या चीज़ है हमारे पास? ये हमारे पास है subject. ठीक है ना? It is the subject of this sentence. ठीक है ना? It is the subject of this sentence. ठीक हो गया? आपने पढ़ा होगा ये कि subject जो होता है वो क्या होता है? Here are all right. It is the subject. This world population is the subject. The sentence is about the world population. ठीक हो गया? और क्या बता रहा है हमें वर्ल्ड पॉपुलेशन के बारे में ये? The world population is about the world population. और यहाँ पे आके हमारे पास ये क्या चीज शुरू हो गई है? ये बाकी पार्ट क्या है? ये sorry for ये what is this? This is the predicate. ठीक है? It is the predicate. It is telling us कि क्या हो जाएगा दुनिया की पॉपुलेशन को अगले 50 साल में. और क्या हो जाएगा? अगले 50 साल में दुनिया की आबादी बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगी. Got it? Then, okay. So should I write predicate over here so that you may remember it? It is predicate. Okay. This is the predicate of this sentence, and this is subject. What is the subject? What is the subject of a sentence? Subject of a sentence is that part of the sentence about which the whole sentence is written, and predicate is the thing which says something about the subject. ठीक है? So subject के बारे में पूरा sentence लिखा जाता है और subject को छोड़ के बाकी part जो है वो उसका predicate. And usually the subject is usually a noun or a pronoun. Usually it's a noun or a pronoun. It could be a verb in place, then we could have a verb over there, but for the sake of simplicity, let it be noun and pronoun for today. Now, will grow. Now, this part is the, what is this part? This part is the verb. Okay, this part is verb suit. Here is the verb. I hope you know it very well. And as you know that this verb over here, the verb phrase over here, it contains two types of verb. Okay, the main verb and the helping verb. The helping verb is will, which is a modal auxiliary as well, and grow is the main verb. It is the main verb of the sentence, It's the main verb. It's the main verb of the sentence. And this is, and this will is, what is this will? It is helping verb. Helping verb, auxiliary. So helping verb is telling us, is used over here. It is will. Now the population, the world population will grow a lot in the next 50 years. Then the next sentence, so दुनिया की population अगले 50 सालों में बहुत बढ़ जाएगी. सब्जेक्ट का सेंटेंस का वो हिस्सा जो कि जिसके बारे में सेंटेंस का लिखा गया हो पूरा, वो सब्जेक्ट कहलाता है सेंटेंस का, और वो यूजली नाउन और प्रोनाउन होता है. समटाइम्स हम वर्ब को भी इधर इस्तेमाल करते हैं. और इसके अलावा जो बाकी हिस्सा होता है वो प्रेडिकेट होता है. यहाँ पे हमारे पास, और वर्ब कौन सा है, यहाँ पे हमारे पास वर्ब है विल ग्रो. और ये जो विल ग्रो है ये टू पार्ट्स पे ये वर्ब कंसिस्ट करते हुए है. एक पार्ट हेल्पिंग वर्ब है या ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब है जो कि विल है, और जो मेन वर्ब है वो हमारे पास ग्रो है. ठीक है. Then the next sentence, I think I'll stay in this company until retire. Now what the speaker is telling you, the speaker is telling you that he thinks that he is not going to leave this company in the future. He will be there in the coming years until his retirement. So until he retires, he is planning to not leave the company. So he see right now in the present, he sees that in the present, he's talking in the present, and he thinks that in the future he will take retirement, or he will be there in this company. Okay, so till retirement he is going to serve in this company. So I think I'll stay in this company until retire. So again, prediction. Then she doesn't think she will pass the exam. Now here she does not think she will pass the exam. Again, future prediction. She's predicting about her result in the exam, about the result of her exam, that she thinks she will not pass the exam. Then who do you think will win the tournament? So in the question form, a prediction about the winner of the tournament has been asked for. So आपके ख्याल में tournament कौन जीतेगा? Again, prediction है, question हुई है future के लिए. Got it? Then to express a decision made at the moment of speaking. Another use is कि आपने कोई decision लिया है जब आप बोल रहे हैं. ठीक है? For example, you are visiting a restaurant and over there the waiter has asked you, what will you have, sir? What would you like to have, sir? So आप क्या आंसर करेंगे? आप सी वक्त you will look at the menu and then you will decide, I will have the vegetable soup, please. Okay, so it's a decision that is made at the time of speaking. Similarly, so आप होटल गए हैं किसी, वहाँ पे आपने और वेटर ने आपसे पूछा आप क्या लेंगे, आपने मेन्यू कार्ड देखा और आपने उसी वक्त एक डिसीजन लिया, I'll have the vegetable soup, please. Okay, so use will at the when you made a decision at the moment of speaking, to express a decision made at the time of speaking. Similarly, the phone rings and you tell your sister, I'll answer it. ठीक है, आपका फोन बजा, आपने भी हाँ तो मैं देखूंगी, मैं फोन उठाऊंगी, मैं सुनूंगी. So I will answer it. And then, so that's the plan. We'll check the sales figures and you check the expenses. And the similar example is Jane's over there. I will just go and say hello before we leave. Now, for example, you are visiting your relatives and another cousin of yours has arrived and she's in the other part of the house. So you tell your mother that, Mom, I'll just go and say hello to her, Joe, before we leave. ठीक है, आप किसी अपने रिलेटिव के घर गए हुए हैं, कहीं गए हुए हैं, वहाँ पे आपकी कज़न आ जाती है, घर के दूसरे हिस्से में है, आप जाने लगे हैं, आप अपनी वालदा को कहती हैं कि नहीं अभी बस मैं उससे जस्ट हेलो कह के मैं आ रही. ठीक है ना? I'll just go and say hello before we leave. So then another use of will is to make a request. Will you bring me some more water? Will you come to the appointment with me? Or will you be quiet, please? I'm trying to make an important phone call. Okay, then you will give me a hand with dinner, won't you? Similarly, to make a promise or to make promises and offers. So here are the examples. I will call you when I get home. Okay, so I'll call you when I get home. मैं घर पहुंचूंगी तो मैं पहुंचकर मैं तुम्हें घर पहुंचकर मैं तुम्हें कॉल करूंगी. It's a promise which the speaker is making with her friend or with someone. Then she will help you finish the work. Don't worry. So sometimes your mother tells you that your elder sister will help you complete your assignment, and don't strain yourself. ठीक है? से फिक्र नहीं करो, वो तुम्हारी मदद करेगी. We'll send you the goods as soon as possible. So client has been told that he would be that the goods would be delivered to him as soon as possible. हम जल्द से जल्द आपको goods जो है पहुंचा देंगे. Lee and Kim will show you around the city. So Lee और Kim आपको शहर दिखाएंगे. Okay, so in all these sentences, some offer and promise, some offers and some promises have been made. Then the next time, use of will to describe the consequence of a conditional phrase. Now, it is a very important usage of will. We use will in the first conditional sentences. Now, what are conditional sentences? Conditional sentences are the sentences which consist of two parts. One part is the one which contains the condition. Over here, if it rains, the word if is indicating that it is the condition. If it rains, it is the conditional clause, the consequence conditional phrase, and the conditional phrase, and it is the consequence. Yeah, it is the consequence of this conditional sentence. I'll take umbrella. ठीक है, अगर बारिश होती है तो मैं umbrella ले लूँगी. Okay, if it rains, I'll take my umbrella. Otherwise, no. तो condition क्या है? शर्तिया जुमले. शर्त क्या है? अगर बारिश होती है मैं umbrella ले लूँगी. If they win the next match, so it is the conditional part of the sentence, and this is the consequence resultant. Okay, so what is the condition? If they win the next match, if they win the upcoming match, they will go through the final. Okay, then they will go through the final. अगर वो अगला मैच जीत के तो फाइनल खेलेंगे. Will she come to dinner if I invite her? Again, see, if I invite her is the conditional clause. Or will she come to dinner? तो क्या वो dinner पे आएगी? या आपका हो गया consequence. So हर जो जुमला है conditional sentence का शर्तिया जुमला जो है उसके दो parts होते हैं. एक पार्ट में कंडीशन बताई जाती है और दूसरे पार्ट में उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस होता है. तो फर्स्ट कंडीशनल सेंटेंस में, इन द फर्स्ट कंडीशनल सेंटेंस वी यूज फर्स्ट कंडीशनल सेंटेंस. इन द फर्स्ट कंडीशनल सेंटेंस वी यूज, क्या यूज करते हैं? हम यूज करते हैं will. How? First conditional sentence consists of two parts. ठीक है ना? If part or condition. If part or condition. और दूसरा पार्ट हमारे पास क्या होता है? The other part is consequence. Consequence. Okay. Consequence part. In consequence part, it is will, which is used with first form of verb, and you know the first form of verb is used. First form of verb use when with first form of verb, and the if part or the part which contains condition, it is in indefinite tense, present, indefinite or simple, indefinite, simple present tense, simple. I'm writing present tense. Okay, I'm writing like this. Is oh. So 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 first conditional sentence consists of two parts: present indefinite, which contains the if clause, the if clause. Okay, it contains the if clause or the condition. ठीक है, जो कंडीशनल सेंटेंस होता है पहला वाला, वो उसके अंदर क्या होता है, उस वो दो पार्ट्स पे वो होता है मुश्तमिल। उसका जो पहला पार्ट है या एक पार्ट जो होता है वो इफ क्लॉज होती है, और जिसमें एक कंडीशन मौजूद होती है, शर्त मौजूद होती है, और जो उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंस पार्ट है उसमें उसका नतीजा होता है, जो अगर वो शर्त मुकम्मल हो जाए तो फिर वो नतीजा निकलेगा। और वो जो होता है उसके अंदर कौन सा टेंस यूज होता है, उसके अंदर आप यूज करते हैं ये वाला टेंस जो कि सिंपल फ्यूचर टेंस है, विल विद फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब। ठीक है, सो इफ इट रेन्स I'll take my umbrella. If they win the next match, they will go through to the final. Will she come to dinner if I invite her? We won't mind if you arrive late. Okay, then no, this is the contraction. Okay, so I hope आपको समझ में आ गया है। नेक्स्ट हम फिर आते हैं शेल के यूज पे। अगेन like any other modal auxiliary, shall is also used to make offers, but as I have told you, it is in the question sentence, in the interrogative sentences that we use shall in British English. Otherwise, in affirmative and the negative sentences, will be used. For example, over here, shall I make some lunch? Shall we help you with your bags? Where shall I drop you off? Outside your office? Shall I water your plants while you are away? So all of these, in all of these sentences, or it is shall is used to form question. ठीक है, अगर आपके पास होता कि आपने इसका अफर्मेटिव बनाना था या आपने इसका नेगेटिव बनाना था, जैसे कि अगर आपने नॉट के साथ बनाना था, तो आप कहते आई विल नॉट मेक सम लंच, विल नॉट हेल्प यू विद योर बैग्स। ठीक है ना, सो इसी तरीके से अफर्मेटिव में यस आई विल मेक सम लंच। ठीक है, सो उसके अंदर भी आप विल यूज करते हैं, लेकिन सवालिया जुमलों के अंदर आई और वी के साथ आप शेल लगाते हैं ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश में। देन फॉर मेकिंग सजेशंस विद आई एंड वी, shall we go to the park later? Again, see, it is the question form in which you use shall. Interrogative sentences where you are using for suggestions, interrogative sentences which suggest something. ठीक है, in which the pronouns used are I and we. ठीक है, जिन जुमलों के अंदर I और we आ रहा है और वो सवालिया जुमले हैं और उनमें कोई सजेशन दी जा रही है, उन sentences में you use shall. ठीक है, shall we go to the park later? Now, if it were a positive, if it were a negative sentence, it would have been we will not go to the park later. Okay, affirmative maybe, okay, we'll go to the park later. Yes, we'll go to the park later. ठीक है, हम पार्क में बाद में चले जाएंगे। ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे मगर क्या है, shall we go to the park later? क्या हम पार्क बाद में जाएंगे? Shall we have something to eat? ठीक है, क्या हमें कुछ मिलेगा खाने के लिए? Who shall we invite to the party? किसे हम invite करेंगे पार्टी के लिए? What shall we do after we have watched the movie film? हम जब फिल्म देख लेंगे तो फिर हम क्या करेंगे? Now remember the students, in American English we may use will. To express formal obligations now, or for informal obligations we use will. But when you are writing an application, when you are talking to your boss or your teacher, or when an official statement is being made, it is always with the word shall. Applicants shall provide evidence of their qualifications. That's why, see, this shall, you'll see the conditions or the terms and conditions written at the back of any form. They contain the word shall. And they are written like this. Applicants shall provide evidence of their qualifications. Guests shall not remove anything from the rooms. ये होटल के आपको लिखा हुआ मिलेगा. The tenants shall pay the agreed amount on the first day of every month. ये जो agreement होता है tenants और landlords के दरमियान जो stamp paper पे लिखा जाता है, वहाँ पे आपको इस legal document पे you'll find the statement. The accused shall appear in court again on 26th October. It's the court order in which you'll find shall. So shall is used in formal obligations or on these legal documents, on these official documents. Moving on to the next use. क्या हुआ?
यहाँ पे भी आवाज आई है वो आप कर रहा ऑपरेशन आपने वो आपने क्यों अभी जब से पकड़ देगी थोड़ा शायद से हो रहा है आप क्या बता लाइट इसको बंद करो वही बात एशियन क्या है उसको बंद करना आप एशियन ऑफ किया ऑन किया ऑलरेडी हाँ जी ऑन किया है क्यों है यार आराम से पहन के वो तो हाँ जी लाइट तो आ गई डिस्पेंसर में से जीव आवाज आ रही है जीव आवाज आ रही है लाइट ऑफ है चाहिए सो मैं किसी ने बैठा उसको सर ऑफ कर दिया डिस्पेंसर ऑन होगा
म्यूजिक और भी बंद होगा ना।
First, let us check this platform. भाई आ जाए
एक्स्ट्रा लाइट्स ऑफ कर दो बता। अब ये कैसे रिज्यूम करूं? हाँ ये हो गया।
रिकॉर्डिंग तो हो रही है ना, अभी रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है, रिकॉर्डिंग भी हो रही है। स्टार्ट कर दें बस, एक मिनट, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 5 सेकंड बात कीजिएगा ताकि मेरे पास आसानी हो ना मुझे दिखाने में।
Okay. Then shall is used to make a promise. I shall never forget the help you gave me. I shan't be late. Now this is the abbreviation of for shall. I shan't be late. We shall do everything we can to solve the problem. He shan't be long to have a seat while you wait. So to make a promise, shall is used. मैं नहीं भूलूंगा ये मतलब जो आपने मुझे की, या हम सब कुछ कर लेंगे, वी शिल डू एवरीथिंग वी कैन टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम, इस मसले का हल करने के लिए हम जो कुछ भी कर सके हम करेंगे, ठीक है। उससे ज़्यादा वो ज़्यादा ही शांट बी लॉन्ग, वो ज़्यादा देर नहीं लगाएगा। डू हैव अ सीट व्हाइल यू वेट, आप तशरीफ रखिए जबकि आप इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं। सो टू मेक अ प्रॉमिस, देन टू डिस्क्राइब द फ्यूचर वेरी फॉर्मली। नाउ in informal situations, जो आप informal हालात में जब आप यूज़ करेंगी तो आप will यूज़ करेंगे, but in formal situations which are very formal, rather very formal situation, you will say you will use shall. We shall overcome this difficult moment. The test shall be carried out by an independent body. Mr. Lopez shall begin his talk at 2:30 p.m. Access to the city center shall be limited today due to the marathon. So all of these statements are made at a formal forum, and that is why the auxiliary shall has been used. ठीक है? So formal situations में आप लोग future के लिए use करेंगे shall in British English. So what have you learned? What should you use? Will or shall? As a general rule, students, you will use will for affirmative and negative sentences about the future. So for all the declarative sentences, for all the positive sentences, you will be using will. For all the negative sentences carrying the meaning of no, or you will use will. Then you will use will for making requests as well. However, if you want to make an offer or suggestion in the form of a question with I and we pronouns, उस case में you are going to use shall. And then for making very formal statements, especially the ones describing obligations, use shall. ठीक है, तो आपने क्या याद रखना है कि आप will यूज करेंगी तमाम फ्यूचर के सेंटेंसेस के लिए जो कि अफर्मेटिव होंगे और नेगेटिव होंगे, मां सवाए उन सेंटेंसेस के लिए जिनके अंदर आई और वी के साथ आप क्वेश्चन बना आई और वी हो प्रोनाउन और आपने क्वेश्चन बनाना हो, देयर आप यूज करेंगी shall. तमाम रिक्वेस्ट के लिए आप will यूज करेंगी, ऑफर्स के लिए आप विल यूज कर रहे हैं, बट जो स्टेटमेंट्स हैं फॉर्मल स्टेटमेंट्स, उनमें आप कोई सरकारी डिक्लेरेशन आ रही है, कोई कानूनी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस होती हैं, कोई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर्स हैं, तो उन सब में यू विल यूज शैल. Otherwise, it is will which you will use. I hope, students, this lecture would have helped you a lot in your understanding of will and shall. In the next video, we will be discussing the next two model auxiliaries, which are should and would. Thank you very much.